Okay, in case you're wondering how am I gonna save you money on daily bread, well, in case you eat bread. Now, if you don't eat bread, maybe this video is not as interesting to you, but if you eat bread, I'm gonna tell you why you have been told wrong about you must have machine yeast, you must have bread flour, just bread making flour. You know, that's more expensive. The machine yeast, more expensive. You don't need any of that. Seriously, I use regular, 100% regular Walmart great value 10-pounder bag that you see right here of all-purpose flour. And I use this Fleischman 2 pounds active dry yeast. It's like 13 or 14 bucks on Amazon. I'll leave a link somewhere. That's what I use, huh? Nothing fancy. Nothing fancy. The fanciest thing that I have here, probably the most expensive, is the machine itself. It's a 2-pound bread making machine. I got it from Walmart. I think it was like $90, if I'm not wrong. It's a Fabreware, whatever you call that, 2 pounds. That's all. So there's nothing else on it. There's a nice container here where you put all your stuff. It has a spindle inside. That's all. There's nothing else that fancy. Now, let me go through the steps of making this bread and how to make it without actually using the machine-specific ingredients that I'm not the one to call conspiracies, but, you know, you put money and corporations, and if you're in the middle, yeah, you're a conspiracy theorist. But we're gonna do it our way here. Very simple, very nice, straightforward. Now, I just took the yeast and I usually store it in one of these jars. Yes, that's how it actually looks. It's almost like pellets. Smells really good. And I seal it with one of these vacuum sealing for these jars. I'll probably leave links. I'll leave links to everything I can. So if you want to replicate exactly what I do here, you can do it 100%. There's nothing in here that you cannot find. But I'm gonna tell you, you don't need to store it in this. You can store it in anything that you store yeast. And you don't need vacuum sealer. You don't even need probably the electric kettle that I'm about to use right now. I'm just using it because it simplifies the process of warming the water. Because yes, you have to start with warm water. I'm gonna click OK for now, and it's gonna warm it, not get it hot. You have to warm it to the point as if you were warming it for a baby bottle. And just like that, our water is ready. We're gonna measure 1.5 cups. Exactly 1.5 cups. And let me just go ahead. There's 1.5 cups. And we have 1 cup here. And then we have the half cup, as you see, with the smaller one. Put the small half cup in there. So we have sharp 1.5 cups of warm water. Putting aside. Next to do here is the yeast itself. And yes, this is vacuum sealed. Okay, now we are gonna go with the other measuring cups. This is a 1 teaspoon. Not sure if you can see that. Or 5 milliliters. 1 teaspoon. We're gonna put 4 to 5, however you like it. Usually I put 5 teaspoons. This is a small one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's it. You are done with the yeast. That's all it needs at this point. You put it back in. And here I put already 2 teaspoons of sugar, just regular sugar. What the sugar does, it works with the yeast to actually activate it faster. So it makes it react fast. Put sugar, just like that. It's only 2 teaspoons of sugar. Stir it, just normal stir. And you'll see the water turn kind of milky color. And you'll know it's ready when you see water turn into almost milk or milk look-alike. And at this point, you just close the lid and leave it alone for at least 20 to 25 minutes. So we're just gonna seal this really quick so air doesn't go in or out. And this thing is probably the best purchase I've made. It works for small or regular mouth and white mouth jars. Yes, it works only in mason jars though. I don't know the other jars what they're called. So that's the ones that we have here in North America at least. And it's actually a very inexpensive tool. I'll leave a link somewhere for it too, if you want to get the exact same one. And yeah, it's been working really good. Now, with that said, let's leave this alone for almost a half hour to do its own thing. And we will get back and we'll see what happens with the interaction of these three ingredients. Okay, so it has been around 24 minutes. Look what happened. It rose up to half, like this. This is not bread yet. This is just the yeast interacting with the sugar and the warm water. Now we're gonna put the flour. That's all. We're just going to put 4 cups of flour. Just regular 1 cup 4 times and you're good. Not heaping cups though. Just flat full. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we add salt, and if you want to add seeds, you can add. Those are optional. This is around 2 teaspoons. Sorry, my finger has flour of salt, just regular sea salt, nothing fancy. And these are just regular flax seeds, but those are not needed. I just like them. And you are good at this point. You have to start the kneading process, and this machine is number 7. It's written just dough. And we click the menu to 5, 6, and 7. This is the dough process. Click start and leave it alone till the timer goes to 0. So that's an hour and a half. As you see, it starts kneading. You'll see it forms a dough ball in just a few minutes. As you see here, it slowly starts taking the shape of a dough ball. You can add at this point, if you want to, either melted butter or olive oil, whatnot. I'm just gonna go for regular without anything. These are non-stick, so it's not really necessary. It's more for taste at this point. So just close it, and after it finishes kneading, it will start the process of rising. Yes, the element on this machine will turn on, but very low heat. Very low heat to keep it warm to rise. And a really quick peek right now. We have 43 minutes left on knead and rise. And just so you can see, it's actually rising. It finished kneading, but you don't want to leave the lid open for too much because it needs that warmth. And we'll get back when it's time to click bake. And at this point, we are done with the rising. As you see, it is way over the edge of the container here. And as you see the seeds peeking out, that's beautiful. That looks perfect. Even though we have 5 minutes left, that's why we're doing it manual. So you see it yourself so it doesn't spill around. That's the whole point here. I'm gonna hold the button to turn it back off. Okay, and now we're gonna go to 8, which is bake. Bake here, click start, and leave it alone for 1 hour. And when we come back in an hour, we will have a beautiful looking and tasting bread. And in the end, we have a beautiful looking bread and beautiful smelling at the same time. Let me just pull it out of there really quick. Yes, you're supposed to have mittens, but yeah, here goes that. And we have our beautiful bread right here. I'm just gonna flip this on the side, around, and boom. That is all it takes to have a perfect bread. And boom, it is a little bit too hot, so I can barely touch it. But just to show you on camera that it is indeed a real bread. The spindle is right here on the bottom. When it gets just a little bit colder, you can get it out easy. There's a tool that comes with most of these machines, like a tiny hook, or you can just cut close with a knife and take it out and put it back in. But yeah, of course, after the bread is done, you have to leave it at least 15 to 20 minutes to cool off a little bit before you snatch pieces to use for personal pleasure. And with that said, that was it. Literally, we just made bread as if we're just playing right here. And we have a beautifully crafted, made bread. I wish you could smell just my hands alone right now, how good it smells. And you can just eat it with whatever you want, butter or whatever. And it's fluffy. Let me just show you real quick. Oh, that is perfect. Boom, look, back in shape. I don't need to show you more than that. You get the point. And with that said, I hope you learned something from this video, and I hope you're gonna save some money too. And make some delicious bread yourself. You don't need to rely on whether the store has it or whether you're buying some chemical experiments from somebody's chemical lab. Or just go make your own bread. All it took just 3-4 ingredients of your own, and you are good. With that said, again, for final time now, we are done, and I hope you gonna hit like and subscribe. I hope you like this video, share it with someone, why not? And we will see you next time. Bye!